Hi, hello friends, welcome back to my channel and I hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome back to today's episode of Big Sis Diaries. We are on episode 2 and today we're talking about navigating burnout. Last year in 2024, I went through the biggest burnout of my life and it really took a toll on me. It took me a couple of months of tears and just not being motivated to realize how to move on from burnout and how to stop myself from going into that burnout phase again. As an adult, it's inevitable. Everybody goes through burnout and there's nothing I can do to really tell you that the feeling's not going to be there because it will be there. However, you can navigate yourself to not go into that rock bottom with a lot of time, a lot of grace, and a lot of patience with yourself. And I'm here to chat all about it. If you watched the first episode of Big Sis Diaries, you know that this series is all about how I felt when I was growing up and like being a young adult. I didn't have a big sister to navigate me through all of these stages of adulting and what you have to go through. And I honestly would have loved to have a sister to tell me all of these things. So I thought I would start a series where I chat about everything I would have wanted to know from my big sister and think of it as more of like a FaceTime with a friend or FaceTime and eating with a friend, because that's how I want the vibes to feel. I've just ordered lunch and I've got Chinese food, which I'm super excited about because I haven't had Chinese food in forever. So I'm just waiting for it now. And I want you also to grab your own drink and your own food and let's chat and eat together. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure that you do. I release a video every single week, sometimes two, and they're an assortment of lifestyle and self-development, recipes, vlogs, honestly everything. I just love sharing my life with the little corner of the internet that I have. And make sure to like this video if you resonate with how to navigate burnout and what you've done for burnout, and let me know in the comments below some other topics you'd like to chat about. But let's go. I'm so excited for my Chinese food. Could not come any sooner. Okay, I got Chinese food and then I also made my own rice. I was gonna get fried rice, but then I'm going on a trip in a few days and I'm like, oh, that's too much food. I still have to clean out my fridge. And then water. But I got sweet and sour pork, assorted mixed vegetables, and spicy dry chicken. Oof. Some soy sauce. I don't get takeout a lot because I really love eating food fresh in a restaurant. So this is a treat. I love cooking, but I also love not cooking. Yeah. Okay. So this is the spicy dry chicken, the assorted vegetables, ooh, and the sweet and sour pork. Let's make a plate, and then I just have white rice. Oh my god. Some vegetables. Oh, my mouth is watering. I'm starving. Okay, so first bite, besties. Well, I can't fit everything in my mouth, or I can't fit everything in my spoon, but I got some spicy dried chicken and a carrot. Oh my god. I haven't had Chinese food in forever. And the fact that it's piping hot just makes it even better. A fun fact about me, I love it when my food is scalding. Like, my husband always complains about it because I always heat up food till it's like super, super hot, but I love it. That's why I don't like delivery either, because it comes kind of like warm. The pork is really good. Over. Okay. You know what I noticed? Every time I film a video, I always go like this. And I'm thinking, like, take a shot for every time I do that. Everybody would be drunk. Anyway, so let's start from the beginning. I've always been a people pleaser and I always push myself to the limit. And I always kind of like mask that by thinking that I was a go-getter. I love taking opportunities and I love constantly growing myself. But honestly, I was stretching myself way too thin. Since I was 14 years old, I started working at McDonald's and I always took shifts. I would sometimes even be working 3 jobs through college and it just like never stopped. So I've I've been go, go, go since I was a little girl, pretty much. And then by the time I started content creation in 2021, I was running my blog all by myself. I was a one-person show. I was filming, I was trying to be on YouTube, I was writing blog posts, I was trying to make money, I was constantly learning. I was watching so many YouTube videos on how to do things, on how to grow my channel, how to grow my social media platforms, how to grow my blog, how to make money. On top of that, I was also starting my full-time job and just navigating like the stressful, because I'm in like technical service, I guess, customer and technical service. So I was constantly having to deal with a lot of stress at work, and basically all my hours a day was stressful. Even going to sleep, I would be thinking about a to-do list. So it became super unsustainable, and I was honestly just pouring out of an empty cup. I was just making sure that my family, my friends, everybody around me was getting treated super well, and they were getting all of the love and attention they deserved, where I was just not getting that. And I wasn't calling for help, so nobody knew that deep down I was just going through the worst burnout of my life, and I was essentially at rock bottom for myself. And then in 2024, I decided that I was going to have huge money goals. I was going to have huge money goals, and I've always been a money oriented person. So I was like, hey, by the end of this year, I'm going to make X amount. So I busted my ass off. I worked so hard day and night. I would sleep for 7 hours a day. I would be pushing out content. I would also be focusing on my wellness journey. I would be still working full time. I would still have a bunch of family and friends commitment. I would be traveling a lot because I traveled a lot to see my family, and I had a couple of trips last year. And it got to a point where it was way too much, and I also wasn't meeting my goals. Every night I would be crying, and I'm not even kidding. Every night I would be crying, and I used to pride myself on not being a crier. I used to tell everybody that I do not cry because I am just like a very lighthearted person. You know, like even if I shedded a tear, I would go in the mirror and be like, and start laughing, and then it'd be gone. Like that was how I was. But then last year, all I did was cry. It got to a point where it was September, and I just wasn't seeing. So I was already tired from all of the things that was going on in my life. And then I also wasn't seeing the growth I was expecting money wise, and also, you know, like followers, subscribers, you know, all of that analytics on my channels and my social media platforms, that I started to really, really doubt myself. I started having really negative thoughts, like I wasn't good enough, nobody likes my content, like I'm not interesting enough. And it got me into like a really, really bad place, and I ended up like seriously burnt out. I was again like crying every day. I didn't know what to do, but at the same time I was functioning while burning out. So I would be burning out and crying, but at the same time I had to do what I had to do. So I still kept pushing content. I still kept putting a happy face when I was on social media, but behind the scenes I was just crying my eyes out. It got to a point where my blog, I think, hit like the lowest amount of page views it's ever gotten since I started like really focusing on monetizing my blog. And I basically like broke down to my husband, and I was crying in a restaurant, guys. I was crying in a restaurant, and I was saying, you know, like, should I just give up? Like, I don't know what else to do, and I'm so sad. I'm trying so hard. Maybe this just isn't for me anymore. Maybe I just need to step away from it and do something else, or find a new full-time career, or I don't know, do anything else, right? My husband asked me like, well, like, do you enjoy it? Like, do you like doing this? And I was like, yeah, you know, like I really love sharing my creativity. I really love making videos. I really love chatting. I love, you know, doing DIY projects. I love creating recipes that are yummy, that are helpful to people. And yeah, ultimately, I really love my second job, which is content creation. So my husband was like, you know, like, then don't give up. Like, we are okay with money. I don't know why you keep stressing about money, but we're doing okay. You don't need to keep stressing out. If you want to keep this as just a hobby, you can keep it as just a hobby. But you know, you're doing okay, and there's going to be dips, right? There's going to be times where numbers are low or analytics are low, and like that's just something you can't control, and you just got to take yourself out of it. Like you got to separate yourself from like the money and the stats, and like your self-worth and the things that you enjoy or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be mashed together, and you don't have to fully give it up, right? And my husband was saying like, you know what, like take a break, take a full break, step away from the blog, don't do anything, just work on yourself, go to the gym, go for walks, do hobbies, bake bread, and then, come back with a fresh mind. So I was like, okay, like this is like the pep talk I really needed to hear. I really needed to take myself away from myself being tied to money as a value and being tied to my stats as a value, like my social media stats as a value. So I spent a couple of weeks just not doing anything for my blog, not doing anything money related aside from my full-time work, of course. All I was doing was lie on the couch, watching shows. I was playing my phone games that I love. I was making recipes. I was working out every day. I was cleaning the house. And through all that, I realized that, you know what, like he's right. Like when I start to tie myself into money and tie myself into my stat, that just is not right. Like I need to be able to separate myself and also block time for self-care, because self-care is so needed. I was 24/7 hustling. I was making content 24/7. I was always finding more ways to improve my blog, maintain everything, and it was so hard. So now, moving forward, I am not in a burnout phase anymore, and I am so much happier. And now I can feel when I'm about to hit that feeling or like hit that point, and I know how to navigate it. So I know this is a long-winded way of introducing the first point, but let's get it. Oh wait, let me eat first. My food's probably cold by now. I always make these videos and I actually forget to eat. I'm like, let's do eat and yap videos. Except it's like me yapping with zero eating. One thing about me, this is like the 50th thing about me, I love takeout that can give me leftovers. Especially when like food delivery is so expensive now. This cost me like $75. Okay, so here are my tips for navigating burnout. I'll go through it fairly quickly because I think I've taken up a lot of the video time. Tip number 1 to navigating a burnout: always focus on time blocking and self-care. I know that like even when you time block, you push it aside, because that's what I used to do. I used to time block like a couple hours a week to do a hobby, and then I'd be like, I'll do that next week. Like I need to focus on cleaning or XYZ, and then I'll do my self-care hobby. No, time block self-care and stick to it, because you need it. You need to step away from your daily stresses in life and just do something that you enjoy. Pick any hobby. I've started coloring. I want to start sewing soon. I bake bread. I just watch shows. I play games. Like literally anything that has nothing to do with like regular adulting. Like no work, no cleaning, unless you like genuinely enjoy it, by all means. I don't enjoy cleaning, but if you do, go ahead. But any of those, make sure that you time block and focus. And it's so important to have self-care slots every single week, if not 2 to 3 times a week. But if you can't manage, at least once a week where you're fully engulfed in whatever hobby you want to do. It is so important. It's also something to look forward to once you get used to the fact that you're doing self-care every week. The second thing is, I know I've said this over and over again, but also getting movement. When your body is, when your brain and your body is going through a burnout, you get very sluggish and you get extra tired and you have more fatigue. But then when you're getting some daily movement, you get that small dopamine hit from working out. So it's so important to move your body. Even getting a fresh walk in for 30 minutes is okay. Walking on the walking pad is okay, but always get some time to do some daily movement, because the dopamine hit really, really helps with navigating burnout. The third tip, which I still struggle a lot, to be honest, but the third tip is creating success plans slash to-do lists, or like action plans for the day, and making sure that it is sustainable. Before, I would list like 10 things on my to-do list, and then whatever I couldn't do, I would push it to the next day, and then I'd do the same thing over and over again. So it felt never ending. It felt like I was not accomplishing anything that I wanted to, and it was making me so sad, and it was always putting me in a spiral. Put like 2 to 3 things even, or like one big thing that you want to get done for the day, and leave it at that, so that you can successfully tick off your to-do list and feel accomplished for the day. Because if you're just constantly putting new things on your to-do list and you're not able to complete it in the day, you're constantly letting yourself down for disappointment, which of course leads to burnout as well. So make sure that you're taking things one day at a time and your list is attainable. My fourth and last tip, and this has worked wonders for me, but be okay with not achieving anything or doing nothing. So it took me a long time to like really be okay with me doing nothing. Before, it was just impossible for me. Like, it was a foreign language for me to be able to just do nothing for a day or like be bored. But as I grow up, it's honestly such a luxury to be bored, and it's a luxury to do nothing, because life can hit you at any time. You can be busy at any time, and like being able to just relax and like not do anything and like fully rest is so important. Now I schedule nothing times. So I will, for instance, on the weekend when I'm off, I'll make a list of things I want to do. And then after that, it's my nothing time, where I just like either read a book or I'm watching shows or a movie, but like I'm not accomplishing anything. Like, I'm not making it a goal to watch 10 episodes, or I'm not making a goal to read 3 chapters. There is no end goal for the things or activities I want to do. I just do them. And honestly, it's helped me so much, because before I used to just fill my days and it would always lead me to burnout because I never felt like I was fully rested. So that is like probably the most important tip for me, is to learn how to be okay with like not achieving anything or like doing nothing. Those are my tips on navigating burnout. I am still to this day implementing everything that I've said, and I'm still making sure that I know the cues before I feel like I'm going to burn out. Like, if I'm overbooking myself, I know when to take a step back now and be like, okay, I can take a break from that. I don't need to do that right now. It's not important. My well-being is important. My self-care is important. I'm going to prioritize that. So make sure that you're always doing that, because feeling burnout is such a bad feeling. Like, you're just feeling unmotivated. You're not feeling like yourself. If there are ways to avoid that, please just do them. Just take it. You'll thank yourself in the long run. For me, I have been basically healing from all of it, and it's really changed my mindset. Like, I feel so much happier now, and I haven't experienced burnout since. I would say that I probably healed from my burnout in like November, and it's March of 2025 now. So I'm still on the journey, but it has been good. Life is too short to continue to be feeling burnt out or anxious or sad all the time. And not that this video ever will be like, here's how to not feel anxious. But if you can not feel that way every single day, it's honestly such a win, because life is already hard as it is. I applaud everybody who's here and who's going through life as an adult, because it's hard, guys. It's hard. I hope you guys liked this video. I know it's more of a yappy video. Sometimes I kind of black out. I just talk so much, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But I really did love chatting. I loved eating. My food was so good. Let me know in the comments below what you guys do to navigate your burnout and how you heal. Subscribe if you want to. I release a new video every week, and make sure to like this video if you like it as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and week, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.